driving a car. There's nothing that excites me more than taking it and driving it. I hate trailering cars. I don't see the point. So whenever I own a car, I want to make it, I want to make it right, and I want to enjoy it. One downside is sometimes you need to build on them. You need to do work. And to do that, you just got to say, I'm not driving this car for a while. At the very end of 2021, I was like, I need to do some work on my Lexus. I love it, but I'm ready to do some changes on it and put some effort into it and down it for a few months so I could work on it. I have a work truck, but nobody wants to drive a work truck when you're not working. I'm a mechanic. It's filthy. I didn't want to deal with it. So I started looking at just a good runaround car. Something I could put a lot of mileage on and enjoy. Something, it's nice. Doesn't have to be the best in the world. But this was the height of car prices being crazy. I was looking at Camrys with 200,000 miles and they were wanting 10 grand for them. And I was like, well, this makes no sense. Then I remembered that I'd seen a few people I know buy from this company called Hoshi Motion in Gainesville, Georgia. So I was like, let me check out what they got. I thought it'd always be cool to have a right-hand drive at some point in my life. Didn't care when. But then I realized, oh, these are amazing deals right now. And I looked and I was like, I really like these cars that are in the Y33. They had a Glory I liked and they had a Cima I liked. I was like, I'm going to go down there and check it out. Contacted them, set it up, went on down. And I looked at it and I was like, all right, the White Glory is really cool. I love it. But it wasn't really the car I was looking for. They had done a little performance modifications to it and everything. And it's like, I don't want that. I just want one that's not been touched, great, run around. And that's the blue Cima. I saw it. I was like, okay, this car's cool. I was like, let me take you for a test drive in it. And he put me in. He's like, all right, you drive it. And I was like, I really like this car. It's great. And the money was great. So I bought it that day, drove home with the car in the title. And I really liked it. I thought it was cool. I enjoyed it. I was really nervous about right-hand drive. To answer a question, because I get it all the time, you mentally adjust to that in like a minute. Your brain says, okay, I need to line up with this line, this line. To do that, I'm over here now. That's easy, no problem. Same way with if you get in a different vehicle, you just readjust. You do spend hours, though, terrified while you're driving, like, I'm going to mess this up. I'm going to pull out, and I'm going to line myself up wrong, and I'm going to get myself killed. So you have to deal with that mentally. Physically, easy. Mentally, it's a little tough. And I loved it. I was like, this is great. But my true test for any car is, whenever I get it, I want to take it on a road trip. Ed Bolian talks about this. Whenever you buy, like, for him, it's supercars. For me, it's just whatever nonsense I get. Take it on a road trip. Drive it and enjoy it. So a week later, I took it on a long trip. I put, I think, like 800 miles on it that weekend. And I loved it. I was like, okay, this car's great. I liked it. I thought this is a good runaround. Like, just think like your basic Civic. Not modified or anything like that. Just like your basic Civic. It's like, I got it for, this will be fun. And instead, I was like, no, this car's great. This car's special. I love it. I just feel good getting in it. And it's that feeling you have with certain cars. I don't know why. I shouldn't love it as much as I do, but I do. And the Lexus being way better in every aspect, it's like, well, I don't really care about that Lexus. It's cool. I still love it, but it's like, I'm not as passionate about it. It's like, I kind of want to get rid of this Lexus. And I kept, riding the Lexus out, and I was like, no, I got to get rid of this Lexus and build the Cima. Did get rid of the Lexus and just started building the Cima. And I'm like, this car is amazing. And it all spawned from that little trip down to Hoshi Motion. And that's where I give them all the credit in the world. Whenever I showed up, they weren't pushy. They're like, hey, we just want you to find a car you love. They had a few other cars I wasn't interested in buying. But I was like, oh, let me check this out for a while. They're like, oh yeah, absolutely. Like, they had a Z32 car there. I'm like, I love this 300Z. Let me look around. Like, yeah, let's open up. Take a look. Like, they're very, it's very obvious they're car people. That's what they are. They sell cars. They're trying to make money. I hope they do make money. But they're car people at their heart. They're just passionate about it and they love it. And it's a family business. And, it was great having that just very relaxed experience because I hate car dealers. I don't like dealing with them. I'm very abusive towards them because I know that they're just terrible. Whenever I go to a car lot, you're supposed to park in the section for parking, and that's so they hook you because they're sitting there all waiting to get you. And then you have to go to the car while they all chase after you and want to talk to you and everything. I just drive to whatever car I'm looking at. Little tip. I don't know if you're supposed to do this. Let me rephrase it. You're not supposed to do this. But I park right beside the car I'm looking at. I will just drive through their lot. I don't care how complicated it is. I drive through, I park, I get out, and I look at it. Because usually by the time they want to talk to me, I'm like, oh no, this car is not for me. I get in and I leave. Or if not, they're like, oh, you should park over there. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to. No. I'm a terrible car dealer customer because I hate them. But with Hoshi Motion, I'm like, no, these guys are great. They come down, they meet with me. They brought their Nissan President, which is this insane time capsule of a car. And they drove it down just because they like cars. And here's a fun car, let's take it. And I'm really happy they got to do business with them. Very happy. Great people, highly recommend them. And because of that, I've got a car I love. And every time I get in, I'm passionate. I keep building it. I put the Junction Produce body kit. Like, I deep dive, and it's all because they were like, let's connect you with a car you care about. And it worked. I loved it. And so I'm very thankful for them as a business. They were able to give me something I love. Made it very easy. We knocked all the paperwork out quick. Like, it's the kind of people you want to do business with, and they're very upfront. There was like a few little imperfections on the car. They pointed them all out. They're not shy about saying, here's what's good about the car, here's what's bad. And for that, I think they're a great business and I highly recommend them. And I think you should check them out. They're down in Gainesville, Georgia. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but whatever. Drive down, check them out. Check out their website. It's hoshimotion.com. And you can see what cars they have going on. You can even see my car. It's still listed in the sold section. So give them a check out anytime you want. I love them. Hope you guys do too.